Hey everyone, it is Therek here from Pantheon Plus, and I have something a little different for you today. In celebration of upcoming episode 1 of season 2 of Quests and Coffee, that we're going to be playing some Baldur's Gate 3, I wanted to show you something that sort of is on theme with that and might help get a little bit of excitement going for that. So a little backstory here. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are definitely games that are on my top 10 list of games all time ever played. Really, really like them. I do own the collector's edition of Baldur's Gate 2, and it's sort of a centerpiece of my collection. And because of that, I wanted to definitely get the Baldur's Gate 3 collector's edition. And when it came out, when they announced it, I sent it to my wife, and I was like, "Hey, you want a birthday gift idea? Here you go." And that's what she did. And coincidentally, we ordered it. I think she ordered it in like January, and it arrived this week. Just happens to be the week we're going to be playing the game, which is super awesome. So I figured it would be a good, nice opportunity. So here we go. We are unboxing this, and I've recorded this, and I'm recording the audio afterwards because it's just better quality. But I can definitely, tell you what I was thinking as I was taking this out of the box. First of all, the box size is awesome. It's on point with the Witcher 3 Collector's Edition. The Diablo 3 Collector's Edition is a little more slim. This is the perfect cube, if you will. It's nice. The art on the outside is very nice. It's definitely heavy. I struggled to sort of pick it up and turn it around, and it's a little bit off frame here. Sorry about that, but I was trying to get it in the sunlight because I thought the sunlight would do a good job of sort of showing all the nuance of the art and some of the stuff. But and you'll see a little later on, I actually turned the light on in the room to get a better lighting situation going. But yeah, it's a big boy, and I really, really like it. Now, where am I going to put this box in my collection? That remains to be seen. I don't really have space for it. I've run out of space a long time ago, but that's a problem for a later date. All we're worried about right now is getting this thing opened up and checking it out. So like I said, it's very, very exciting to get one of these. I don't get a lot of collector's editions lately. Like I said, I think the last one I got was The Witcher 3. So it's been a while since I've had the opportunity to do this. And I've been waiting patiently. It had to come through customs. Obviously, I'm in Canada, and it had to ship from the States, so there was a little customs delay. They did email me to say like, hey, it's been randomly selected for customs inspection, but we don't anticipate any problems. So very good. The communication from Larian was really, really good to sort of let us know, or let me know, that it was going to be delayed. I got the game queue a while ago, so I have been playing the game. It's just been a matter of waiting for the box to arrive. But yeah, so I'm always very careful with these too, because, as much as I am a game player, I don't like to keep things sealed and in the box, but I do like to keep them in good condition as much as possible, because obviously, these are expensive, and these only come along once in a while. So it's important to open these the right way. So anyway, so sliding off the cover, second cover here, we get to the styrofoam insert. Now on top of this, so in the styrofoam insert, you'll see that's where the statue and all that sort of breakable stuff is. But on top here, we have a wonderful Baldur's Gate 3 sort of invitation box. This has the papers and stuff inside that you'll see, but I really like, it looks like a letter. It looks like an invitation, the way they've done the seal. You just fold the little flaps in, lift the envelope to open it. It's got a heavy weight to the paper. I really like it. You get the certificate of authenticity for your collector's edition. So you can see here, mine is number 15,396. I don't know how many of these they actually produced, but I know that they were hard to get. I'm glad we ordered it right away. So now you've got the character sheets for all the companions that are in the game. So I haven't gotten very far in the game yet. I've gotten a little bit into Act 1, but I've been waiting to sort of play it as a co-op experience, so I don't know the characters that well, but they open up into they're folded, so there is an interior and a back to them, which you'll see on, I think I show the one on Stoneheart here, or Shadowheart, I should say. So you've got the stats all on the front. See, I didn't even notice it when I was taking this out that, yeah, there's stuff on the back. You've got the artwork, you've got the backstory, some notes about their feats, and some sort of tangential information. Yeah, you got the interior of the card. So there you've got, now you've got a lot of information. I don't think I would ever use these as like an actual character sheet to write on. Again, that goes to like how I treat collector's editions. I don't keep them sealed, but I also don't want to like write on them and mark them up and stuff like that. Because I feel like, you know, there will be a day when I'm too old to game anymore. I will maybe, if my kids aren't interested in these, I may want to sell them. So, you know, I like to keep them in reasonably good condition. Bunch of stickers here. Also something I would never usually put on a, like, I'm not going to put these anywhere. I mean, even if I had like a laptop or something, I don't think I would take them off and put them somewhere. I'm not really into stickers all that much, but they're neat. The quality is really good. The last character, or one of the last character sheets here, I should say. Yeah, it's really heavy card. It's nice, feels good in your hands. Got some weight to it. Yeah, and there's the one thing that I'm really excited for. We'll get to that in a second, but everybody's favorite vampire from Baldur's Gate 3 that has made a lot of memes and a lot of popular content from people. Now here we go, cloth map. Favorite thing in most collector's editions is the cloth map for me. This one's different. It's you'll see it's a little long. It's not the square that most cloth maps would normally be. It does go quite so and it's meant to be held horizontally like this. It took me a second to realize which way was up. You'll see, kind of flip it over, but I had it right the first time. But it's a long boy, and it's nice. It feels good. I do tend to frame the cloth maps. I have a couple on my wall right now. I've got Vanguard, and as well from the one from Ultima 6 framed on the wall. I may do that with this because I do want it to get flattened out as well. The problem of leaving them in the box like this fold is that the creases tend to become permanent, which I definitely have experienced in my Vanguard map. Suffers from that quite heavily. So I think I want to take this one out. It's not it's not stiff fabric. It's very loose, so it doesn't. I don't anticipate it'll get those creases too easily, but just in case, I don't want it to mess around. I don't want to mess around with that. Now, they give you little instructions here. This is how to assemble the figurine that's in the styrofoam. You'll see in a minute. If you use that QR code, it actually takes you to a video that is super simple. I don't really think that was necessary. It's basically just popping a guy on and pushing it down with a little force, but we'll get to that. Now, here we go. This is the Baldur's Gate 3 artwork book, and it is amazing. It is truly, I think, could be the centerpiece of this whole thing. You'll see that the writing, the cover has got that embossed look. There's some raised features on it. It feels really good. It feels really good in your hands. You can see the pages there are all gold leaf and have the golden edges. It looks so nice when it's just on the shelf. So the thing with art books is that if you haven't played the game through yet, you're in spoiler territory 100%. So this is not the kind of thing I would read ahead of time. I would leave this until, you know, the end when I've made some progress through the game and go back and get a little sense of, you know, some deeper information about something I maybe saw or experienced. But there is some useful information in here. I did that with the Skyrim Collector's Edition, which has an art book in it as well. Same thing with The Witcher as well. Just not stuff that I would not look at ahead of time. Now this I forgot that these were in here. I forgot that this was part of the Collector's Edition, was these Magic the Gathering card packs. Now, I'm not a Magic the Gathering player. I have played it. I know how, but I'm not a player. I don't think I'm going to open these because I won't use them. What's interesting is actually that the Collector's Edition of Baldur's Gate 2 has playing cards in it as well. So this is something they've continued as a theme throughout their, although Baldur's Gate 2 is clearly made by a different company, they're continuing the tradition, much as they did with the game in general. But those are pretty sweet. So there's 3 packs of those Magic the Gathering cards. And, you know, maybe I will open them. I don't know. We'll see. What do you guys think? Should I open the Magic the Gathering cards? Should I do that on stream and sort of see if anything cool comes out of it? I don't know anything about like what's rare or what would be good to get in those. I have no idea. So I should do a little research maybe if I'm going to do that. Now here we go. This is what forms the bulk of the big box. You've got the figurine and a couple other things. So there's how they sort of package it. It's really, really nicely secure. There is there is one little thing on it that did get damaged, but you'll see. So being very careful to take this out. I definitely don't want to break it. You've got the Mind Flayer figurine. That's half of it, and it's really, really well put together. It's wrapped nicely to prevent damage. It took me a few minutes to actually figure out how to get the wrapping off of it, but I didn't want to. I was just being extra careful. Just being a little extra cautious on this. With these figurines too, they've always got like these very, like, you can see like the tentacles, you know, coming from his face there, and they're very, they can be fragile. They can break off really easily. My Witcher 3 figurine has unfortunately a broken piece on it that, for exactly that reason, was one of the extremities on the griffin that is in that one, and I always was sad about that. But nothing on the Mind Flayer is busted up, and that's awesome. And just the detail is so great. Like, you can see it's got a bit of a glossy sheen to it. The details on the ribs and the mane, or whatever you want to call this, the fins, it's really actually pretty sharp. I noticed that when I was taking it out. There is a thing in the manual, that the little put together instructions, that says be careful, there's a sharp spot here. So here's the base of the figurine. So you've got your character, you know, this is going to be fighting the Mind Flayer. You can see that the ground, and there's the coverings on all the little things to break off. That could break off. I'm so glad nothing is damaged there now. So there's a sword that sticks out of the ground. You can see it at the back. There's a sword sort of sticking out of the ground, and there is actually a second one right at the front here. You're going to see that it's going to come off because my thumb's going to hit it. Unfortunately, it was not in there very well. It came out. Yeah, see right there. Oh, darn it. So that's easily fixed. I will get some super glue and I will just shove it back in the hole there, and hopefully it sticks in and it doesn't come out again. I couldn't get it in. I got it in sort of temporarily here when I was doing this, but I ended up I'll do it later. And it's one of those things that can be easily fixed. That would never be like something that would look like permanent damage. Now here's bunch of packaging to go through. This is what I was talking about. I didn't know what this was. I kept forgetting the things that were in here, and this is so cool. This is going to, I'm thinking about actually using this during our playthrough. So it's an actual 20-sided die, big metal guy, very heavy. It's got the Larian logo on one side, the Baldur's Gate logo on another, one of the sides. But it is kind of amazing. And I think the logos are actually representative of the 1 and the 20, so critical failure, critical hit kind of roll. Yeah, I really want to use that for our playthrough because it's just awesome. Of course, if I break my desk, because I have a glass desk, that might be bad, but you know what? That's the risks you take, and I'd be okay with that. Now this was something that I also forgot was in there. It's a keychain that has the little parasite that you get injected into you in the very beginning of the game, put into your brain. It's a keychain. I've got my Witcher 3 keychain. I use it on my actual keys, and I love it. This might replace it because that one is very spiky. I actually poke myself in the finger, putting my hands in my pocket to grab my keys all the time with that thing. And it always makes me think of, like, you know, it's just a reminder of that it's there. And I kind of like that a little bit because it's kind of weird like that. But yeah, this guy, sorry, it's off screen a little bit. I was trying to make sure I got all the paper off. It was actually really hard to get the paper off this keychain. But once I do get it off, you'll see it's pretty detailed, and I could see myself throwing that on my keys for sure. And when people see your keys and they see it, if you see somebody who's in the know, they're like, oh, dude, that's amazing. And then they know you're a gamer. They know you're into the Baldur's Gate 3. They know you're that part of that. So anyway, I'm a little out of focus, but it looks super cool. And it's heavy, super heavy. So yeah, enjoy that. All right, so let's do the instructions. We'll get this sucker put on. I actually did QR code the video and just to make sure I wasn't missing anything, but it's pretty straightforward. So you'll see here in a second. All right, so we got it figured out. So you just got to pop it in there, and it's hard to do. I was trying to do it with the camera, but it's actually quite difficult to do without a hard surface to place it down on. So it's a little bit off center here. Sorry about that. I tried to do it up close, but like I said, that was hard. So Again, I'm trying to be careful. Definitely don't want to break anything. The pieces are very, there's a lot of exposed pieces that could easily just snap if you put a little too much pressure on them, especially on the Mind Flayer. I was just trying to be super careful here, but I did get it in eventually, and you do have to actually apply quite a bit of force to it. So it's secure. It's not going to come off. He's not going to fall over or anything like that, and that's nice. It's well engineered. Sometimes these figurines like this, I've got a couple Chicago Bears ones that have a player in like an action pose. They tend to fall over fairly easily because they're in some sort of weird, pose that's counter to what gravity wants to do. So they got to really secure them in there well. But this one is well made. There's like a snap on the post that snaps into the hole, and it is definitely not going anywhere. But I think I could actually remove it if I needed to as well. So like I said, well made. I was impressed. And there we are. There is your completed figurine with everything in place. It looks so cool. I really like it. It's gonna fit well. Sometimes you get ones that are too big. The Elder Scrolls Online figurine is huge. Same with the Skyrim one. It's actually quite big. This one's one of the smaller ones that I have. I think it might be the smallest actually. I'm thinking about the other ones, like Pillars of Eternity is bigger than this, and The Witcher is bigger than this, but the detail on this is quite good, and I'm certainly not disappointed by it in any way, shape, or form. Okay, size doesn't matter. It's not about the size of it. It's about the figurine, the quality, and the detail, and what it depicts, and how it sort of looks on the shelf. So yeah, I'm gonna actually put this on the shelf so you guys can see how it looks in comparison to a couple others that I have, and how it's sort of placed. I don't know if it'll be the final decision as to where I want to put it, but I definitely want to show you guys the temporary home for it, if nothing else. So like I said earlier, I do have the Baldur's Gate 2 Collector's Edition, which you can see there. It's part of a growing and massive already big box PC game collection that I have. This is just one shelf. There's another couple on the other, on the right of that. But this is the shelf with the collectible stuff that it's going to be going on. So you can see at the top, there's Game of Thrones and other Lord of the Rings stuff. My Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2 collectors with the statuette that came with that. There's our Elder Scrolls Online and Skyrim art book. That's where I'm going to put it. I think I'm going to divide that middle shelf into two sort of sections, one on each side, to split it up a little bit, because there's only so many shelves on this thing. You've got the Witcher stuff and my Pantheon Plus wood creation made by our friend Fate, who you'll see playing Baldur's Gate 3 with us. She did an awesome job on that, so I love displaying that. And there we go. That is how I decided to sort of set it up. So you can see that the figurine is on the right with the art book behind it, the dice in the center, and the keychain is laying there for now. Like I said, I don't think it'll stay there. It'll probably actually go on my keys, so I can bring it with me. But yeah, I've got little overhead lights in each shelf. You can see there to try and give it some overhead lighting. I really like how this looks here. I might rotate it a little bit. Again, I'm not sure if this is the permanent place for it, but it looks decent enough here, and I think it fits pretty well. So I'm happy with it. All right, so here is everything sort of laid out as nicely as I could get it to give you an overview of everything that I've gone through, everything that came in the box. And but yeah, I'm so happy with this. So it's just awesome. So like I said, make sure you are tuned in, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on here. You're not going to want to miss Season 2 of Quest and Coffee, starting up Sunday, October 22nd, noon Eastern here on the channel. And I would love to have everybody come out and cheer us on as we begin our adventures there. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, checking this out. I was super excited to do this. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Sunday. Cheers.